This week on the Spotlight, we talked to Jimmy Butler. He's proud about some of the Bulls' play. And we also talked to Fred Hoiberg. He's the coach. He looks thoughtful. And then we flash back, this is spectacular, to Mike Ditka, 1966 on the George Halas TV show. This is quite a clip. And speaking of the Bears, we congratulate the current ones for beating the Green Bay Packers. Finally, up there. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, it's the 27th year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to the Cove for Benkowski Trivia Wednesday, November 18th at 8 p.m. Great people, great game. 1750 East 55th Street. Fun times. You will like it. The Cove and me. If you live southwest, the one you want to try is the Dirty Sock. I'll be there alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. Great food and great drinking people. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. Calabria Imports has Italian foods and a great deli. You mention this TV ad, and you get a free Joe tea with a sandwich order. Conveniently located at 1905 West 103rd Street, Calabria Imports has great stuff. Check it out. I do all the time. Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, or during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did. Family Dentist. Lawrence Ferlin, DDS. 109th and Kedzie. Crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. Call 773-233-7044. They're doing a great job for me. They'll do a great job for you. Call Family Dentist. Lawrence Ferlin. We're back on the Spotlight, and Jimmy Butler has just craves that last shot. And frequently Derrick Rose is the guy that finds him. In this particular case, with the Bulls seeming a little bit off at the free throw line, particularly in the fourth quarter, I was somewhat pleased. Way on the inside, where that little tiny piece of fandom is still allowed, to see Jimmy go to the line in those final seconds. And sure enough, he came up big, hitting both to help seal the win. So Butler talks about clutch play down the stretch and a variety of other things, including some of his teammates, in a wide-ranging post-gamer. Jimmy is a very thoughtful guy with, and has been his whole career, really solid and available to the media.
The final 10 seconds, you make 2 free throws, but the defensive stop on Kawhi Leonard. So take us through that.
Just stayed down, didn't go for the pump fake, and he missed a shot. I think Derrick had a nice defensive play, too, over in the corner on Tony Parker. So, overall, it was a team effort and a team defensive play at the end of the game.
Did you anticipate that Leonard was going to get that shot near the end?
I knew they were going to him. I don't know where, but just stayed down and contested late, and he missed. So I bet that's as good a defense you can play on that one.
Is this a ball game, Jimmy? Because I know the club's been looking for consistency that maybe you can build on now that you basically have 2 weeks at home.
That's the plan. Continue to play basketball well at home, protect his home floor, and just pull out wins any way that we can. I think everybody's confident. Everybody's getting used to this offense and their role. So we'll try to string another one.
Jimmy, can you tell me a little about what the bench gave you tonight, Etuan and McDermott?
A lot of baskets, a lot of energy. When they're playing like that, it makes it easier for us to match whenever we get back in the game. We need everybody on this team, and they're a big part of this victory tonight.
And I know you're always stressing it's a team, but tonight you were going at Kawhi, he was going at you. What was that matchup like?
The kid can play. A lot of guys on our team can, but when you got vets like them that know how to win, with young guys that can really play, with a coach like they have, you see the success that they have, and he's going to be one of the greats in this league, I think.
Jimmy, it's not often you see guys like McDermott and Snell combine for 23, and a lot of that came early. Can you talk about that?
They're confident, taking the shots that the defense gives them, stepping up, knocking them down. I think if they continue to play like that, we can't take them off the floor.
You think the depth is the key reason that you win a game like this? Your ability to get 3-4 guys off the bench outscoring their bench?
Yeah, I think depth's very important. But more than that, just guys being confident. They work on their game so much. Whenever they get into the game, they got to take the shots that the defense gives them. I think Doug and Tony and Etuan did a great job of that tonight. And when they're making shots, and make it easier on everybody else.
Jimmy, every win is important, obviously, in this league, and it's hard to get. But do you guys play better against the better teams, you think?
I don't know. The numbers probably say that we do. But we can't be that way if that is the case. I think that every team in this league can play. We can be beat or beat anybody on any given night. So we got to bring it all each and every night.
It's like in the huddle last time out, before you go out in those 10 seconds, what are you guys saying? What are you guys doing?
Just talking. Obviously, they're going to have to shoot a three. Stay down, contest late, and secure the rebound. I think that was everything that went on in the huddle.
Jimmy, the two sequences. One was clock was running out, and 24 clock was running out. You made a drive to the basket, got the free throws. What are you thinking about at that point? And then when the ball gets inbounded, Kawhi, what are you trying to do?
Obviously, make my free throws, but on a defensive end, I think everybody knew that he was going to get the ball. Didn't really know where, to tell the truth, but you're going to have to shoot a three, contest it, and get the rebound.
How do you stay off them? Because they're going to try to not only shoot a three, but draw a foul on that. So what's the thing?
Just stay down on the pump fake. And then whenever he puts up his dribble and crowd him a little bit, he did that. But I think Derek, blocked Tony Parker's shot in the corner. That was just if not bigger, defensive play.
Did Fred give you the option to foul if you wanted and send him to the line for two when you were up three? Because he said you made the right read not to, but did he give you the option?
No.
He told you guys not to?
Yeah. I mean, just play. I don't want to foul because I'll mess around and foul him while he's in the act of shooting, and all y'all can hate me, so I just guard.
What about when you drive before you made the free throws? Clock's running out. Did you just realize that? You got to put your head down and go.
Which one?
Before you made the two free throws, the last 2 points you scored, the last 2 points of the game.
I don't even know what you're talking about. The free throws?
You went to dunk.
The shot clock was winding down.
When I got fouled?
When you went to dunk, you got
But when you had the ball on the offensive side, now the clock's running out, do you think about pulling up for a shot, or you just say, I got to go to the basket and get it?
To tell the truth, I didn't even know the time was on the clock. I just saw the lane and go try to dunk it. I actually tried to dunk that one.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212.
Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family dentist, Lawrence Furland, DDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the family dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you.
Nuevo Leon, for the best Mexican cuisine since 1962. Serving every day from 7 a.m. to midnight. Conveniently located 1515 West 18th Street, just a block east of Ashland in Chicago. Of course, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a wide range of menu items. Everything from steak, seafood, to breakfast, to chicken, pork, dine-in, carry-out, tacos, enchiladas, everything you can imagine, and great quality at Nuevo Leon, 1515 West 18th.
So the Bulls with a very impressive victory over the perennial powerhouse San Antonio Spurs, and particularly impressive with their defense down the stretch. It's kind of weird in the sense that Tom Thibodeau was known for defense, yet the Bulls retain his great defensive teachings and sometimes struggle offensively, which was supposed to be the mainstay of the Fred Hoiberg up-tempo regime. But a W is a W, to paraphrase Mike Ditka. And so we'll go with the coach, Fred Hoiberg, to see what his thoughts were. Always humble reactions to a win, and some good but kind of tight analysis about where the Bulls are at right now.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought Jimmy, first of all, defended it great. He made Kawhi take a very difficult shot. We talked about if they were to get it, offensive agreement, they would try to bat it out. So we wanted to fire back out to the shooters, and Derek made a heck of a play to block that shot on Tony Parker in the corner. We talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it. We thought there was too much time. And with Jimmy crowding Leonard like he was, he made a good read not to foul, and then again Derek made the big play in the corner.
Again, it seems like the offense comes and goes, but especially late in some key games, the defense continues to show that DNA that it's kind of built on.
Sure, yeah, and I thought to hold that team to 16 in the fourth quarter, that's obviously a great team with a lot of firepower, and also one of the top defensive teams in the league. So, it was a good effort. I thought we did a good job, getting the ball to our guys there. Those last couple possessions, Jimmy made a great drive to the basket to get to the free throw line, and then obviously had the key stop there at the end.
Joe play with the energy that he played with?
Yeah, Joe was awesome. Flirting with the triple-double. He made big play after big play for us out there. It was one of those nights where everybody that stepped on the floor not only contributed, but contributed in a big way. Everybody was out there, made key plays. I thought Tony Snell was terrific tonight. Doug was really good. Taj had some good defensive play. Etuan Moore in the second half was really good. So everybody that stepped on the floor contributed, and it took every last one of those guys to get this win.
Is it fair to say that you guys have played better against the better teams, and if so, is there an explanation?
Yeah, that's a good question. We've lost 5. We lost the one game on the home court, which obviously you want to protect your home court. Lost to obviously a great Warriors team. Indiana team that's as hot as any team in the league right now. Detroit was undefeated, and we played them early in the year, playing well. I think twice this year we haven't had the type of effort that we needed, but it's been a constant as of late. Indiana was a tough one, and coming back from the West Coast again, I know how tough that game is, but we still fought back, clawed back in it, just couldn't quite get over the hump. But our effort, to throw that game out has been really good, and it's got to continue that way if we want to continue to win games.
Getting a lot of different guys playing well like you did tonight, is that a matter of those guys just stepping up and playing well, or do you have to? Are there things you guys have to do as a coaching staff or something to get everybody involved and keep them sharp?
Well, it's just keeping themselves ready, keeping themselves prepared. We've got a lot of great pros that have been around a long time that we're comfortable putting in games. We talked about in the preseason. It would be very difficult to settle on a rotation, and it still is, because we've got guys, that may not play a lot one night that come in and make big plays for us on another night. So, again, it's the confidence in the guys to go out there and play well, and they stepped up to the plate tonight.
In light of the
Hughes about Dunleavy. Was it important to see what you got from McDermott and Snell?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was big, and we had Etuan in there those last couple minutes with Derek and Jimmy. Just feel that he really had it going. He's a very smart defender out there. And he's another guy that can put it on the floor and make plays. So yeah, I thought all three of those guys stepped up and made big contributions.
No field goals made the last 6:30. How do you explain being able to still hold them off without making a shot?
Well, we kept defending, and that's the big thing. If your offense isn't going, if you're not making shots, we had a couple good looks. Had a couple at the rim there, we just didn't fall. But we kept it going on the defensive end, and that's what won the game for us.
What do you think of Doug McDermott's defense tonight specifically?
I thought he was really good. Ginobili's a tough cover, and I thought Doug did a good job trying to stay in front of him and cutting him off a couple times when he got to his left hand, which is really hard to do. You say he's going left, he still finds a way to get left. But Doug, I thought, battled on that end all night long.
Rugged nature of the game as it went. Is there a feel to see it when you see Duncan, Powell going to have the two future Hall of Famers? You see Jimmy with Kawhi and Tony Parker with Derek, that a little run there too.
Yeah, they won 11-12, 14-17 going into this game. So it's a team it's a championship caliber team, and for us to find a way to win it down the stretch, even though we weren't making shots there at the end, is a great sign. And hopefully it's a confidence builder. We'll get back in here tomorrow, get a little work, and hopefully come out and play well on Wednesday. Thank you.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You know you should get to the Dirty Sock on alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. when I do my trivia game. They have great food, great drink, great people at 93rd and Roberts Road. It's a fun place. I've been going there for years. So start coming out on Thursday nights at least. I'll see you at 8 o'clock. We'll have fun. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's. We're back in the spotlight, and with all the focus on Carlton Fisk and a lot of his home run records and some of the achievements and maybe the nostalgia of Old Comiskey Park, we're very proud to bring one of the top American League sluggers in recent memory, who's in town visiting with the Angels, one of their broadcasters, as a matter of fact. You know him from his starring days with Oakland and the Yankees, and that is Reggie Jackson. And Reggie, welcome to the program. I'd like to get a little bit of your perspective about, first of all, the American League Western race. You've seen these clubs up close lately. You think Oakland's going to keep the White Sox at bay?
Well, yes, I do. I just don't think the White Sox have enough firepower. I certainly think they need to be commended on just a tremendous season. And I honestly believe that Oakland could be had, because Canseco and Ricky Henderson are a little tentative as far as their physical day-to-day playing goes. And, of course, Dave Henderson, a very important cog of the ball club, has gone down for the rest of the season with a knee injury that he's sustained right here in Comiskey Park. I also think that, possibly their top pitchers, especially Dave Stewart, could be wearing a little bit. He has been wearing the last year or two toward this part of the season. He does have the resiliency to come back. He's a big horse and come back and be strong, and he has done that. But I see a few chips in the armor of Oakland. I don't think that the White Sox can catch him unless they play even better than they have been playing, and they've been playing nothing short of great. I just think Oakland, even with the fact that they do have some injuries and are suspect somewhat, are just too strong, even though they're weakening.
One thing that I noticed when I was out at the ballpark the other day and saw you doing some question and answer with Jeff Torborg, you were getting prepared for your television broadcast, but the rest of the assembled media was, in effect, covering your interview of Jeff Torborg. And it struck in my mind something that I've seen happen at Comiskey Park many times over the years, and that was when Reggie comes to town, he kind of holds court. And I saw it back with the Yankees. I saw it with Oakland. One particularly memorable time occurred when I think you were returning from a suspension, and your first game back was here in Chicago. There must have been 500 reporters waiting in the locker room for you, and there was telegrams and flowers and all kinds of prizes for you. It was a really remarkable time, but you've always kind of seemed to have your fun with the media, and it's been an interesting relationship. Can you tell us a little bit about what that was like, being a player who was always in the public eye, and how you dealt with the massive amounts of press?
Well, I enjoyed it, really, and I guess the reason I enjoyed it is because there are a lot of bright guys that are in the media and enjoy conversation, and I know the Jerome Holtzmans and the Ray Suns and the Ron Rappaports, all those people in the past that I've met around here. I enjoyed talking and communicating with them, and just a lot of the guys that I can't even remember their names, but guys that I've enjoyed interacting with, especially in the big cities like Chicago and New York, Detroit, San Francisco and Los Angeles. Some of the relationships that you make over the years are enjoyable, and I enjoy the conversation. Guys like Dave Anderson and Henry Hecht and Bill Madden in New York City have always been, a lot of fun to talk to just as people. And just because I was a baseball player and they were media, we didn't stop our communication.
Well, I wonder if that was an element in getting you toward the broadcast reporting end of the business, because I know that in your final season with Oakland, you were talking about taking your try at front office type management.
Well, in order to get into the front office, you have to be invited. And I haven't been invited to get in anyone's front office. I would like to participate in baseball on an administrative level, possibly get some time on the field, but I've never been asked, so consequently I don't have a job in baseball. But the broadcasting is something that keeps me close to the game. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's fairly easy it's a fairly easy job if you'll prepare and are willing to pay the price to do your homework, which is fairly natural for me because I've played so long and I know the players and I'm treated very well. But it's a job that I like and pays well. It's pretty easy.
I mentioned at the beginning of this report, talking about Carlton Fisk achieving some career milestones. You see, people like Dave Winfield and maybe out in Oakland, some of those guys bashing homers at early record clips for their point in their careers. Do you reminisce a little bit about when you started up in the major leagues and were getting a lot of attention by hitting home runs?
I think you always reminisce. I think the nice thing about reminiscing is most of it's good. I don't really pay a lot of attention to, I guess I should say I do pay attention to what the young guys do, the Strawberries, the Mark McGuires, and Jose Cansecos, who I really root for, appreciate and enjoy the record paces of the guys like Eckersley and Bobby Thigpen, appreciate the incredible performances of Roger Clemens, but I do remember and continue to remember that a great career is not built on a few good seasons or a few great seasons. Some of the greatest players I've ever seen, the best hitter during my era, excluding Frank Robinson and Tony Oliva, but really during my heyday and during the height of my time was Jimmy Rice, who hit 40 home runs 3 years in a row, drove over 125 for 3 years, had triples and teens every year and 40 homers, and all of a sudden he just passed away. His career was gone and over. They talked about Keith Hernandez being a Hall of Famer. So this conversation, or all this contemplation about players going into the Hall of Fame or shoo-in Hall of Famers, I think is extremely premature.
Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. You better get to Jackie's Hot Dogs, open past midnight 7 days. 2 Polish and fry, $5.69. Gyros plate with big fries, $8.59. Big Baby double cheese, $2.85. Tamales, Italian beef, pizza puff, shakes, chicken breast, onion rings, and more at 5415 South Pulaski. They have it all going on at Jackie's Hot Dogs. I highly recommend it. I eat there periodically. I love it. You should try it too. You've got to get to Jack's, 3325 Ridge Road in Lansing. Every Tuesday, a great trivia game, great food, great drink, great people, 7 p.m. Get to Jack's. You will have a good time. And then try Oliver's, 6100 West 159th. Live trivia Thursday, December 10th will be the next one, 7 p.m. A great time for all. Oliver's, great food, drink, and trivia. See you over there. I blasted Mike Ditka this past week on the show, and I felt he deserved it. But this is a much lighter moment from a much longer time ago. Mike Ditka on TV as he appeared as a Bears player.
Now we'd like to introduce Mr. Hal as a special guest tonight on a very special end. This is Mike Ditka.
Mike, I think the folks would like to see you diagram one of your favorite pass patterns. Will you do it?
All right, Coach. This is one we worked on in practice, and we'll show in a movie a little later. Actually, what it is, we take this halfback, who in this case is John Arnett, and he'll clear out, controlling this linebacker, and sometimes the safety man who's supposed to cover me, opening this area up. Jimmy Jones, of course, runs down and occupies the outside man. What I do is I release outside and end up in the flat, taking a short pass and then trying to pick up some yardage running with it. We'll show this in the practice session.
At Wrigley Field, there you are, Mike.
Just a short release outside and then breaking off, trying to keep away from the man and getting a little room to catch it. Here I had a bump from Mr. Nitschke, which actually helped me move outside. I don't think I could have got there that fast.
That's against the Green Bay Packers.
Right.
And
there goes 3 big Packers.
Exactly.
Take Mike down.
There it is, same play again. How often do you run a play in practice, Mike?
Well, actually, we spend quite a bit of time on passing cup. We have to time up with the quarterback and the halfbacks, and there's when your passing game involves a lot of people, so we want to get everybody in the right position at the right time. The second pattern we're going to run actually is against Minnesota. It's just a little delay across the middle, and I come over the middle like this. But the whole thing that sets up this play so much is Mr. Sayers, Gale Sayers, releasing out and turning out here, controlling this linebacker, and this man, leaving me one man to beat, which is actually what we try to get a one-on-one situation in football. And we'll show in practice right here, then go into the game film.
Yes.
Well, here I'm delaying a little bit before I release over the middle.
This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop. Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.